Jason coming to you today, bloodchurch.org. Outside, beautiful day here. Wanted to talk about just a couple things to keep your eyes on if you're in a church or in a ministry that speaks of an amillennial or a post-millennial viewpoint of obviously the book of Revelation and Daniel. They'll often come from the viewpoint of Revelation. First of all, the amillennial group will come with the thought process that what happened in the book of Revelation that John wrote during Nero's timetable was something that Nero was the Antichrist, and we've already gone through it. And the destruction of the temple at that time was already brought in the kingdom, and they're in the kingdom. And they're living in the kingdom, and then God's going to come down and say, hey, great job, you built these great churches, and I'm back. Well, that's not the case. If you literally read Revelation with a premillennial, pre-tribulation, dispensationalist mindset, you know that you can literally read the verses on Revelation is future. The Antichrist has not come. And that we believe, as a premillennialist, that we're living in an evil world of the New World Order satanic system. So that's one thing to look out for, amillennial. The other one's post-millennial. Post-millennial believes that essentially they're going to go through tribulation, the church. They're going to fight the Antichrist, and then Jesus is going to come back. Well, no, Jesus is going to come back at the rapture, the pre-tribulation rapture for his church, his bride. And so these people are, again, they believe that they're going to go through tribulation, that they're going to be able to fight, this powerful spiritual beast called the Antichrist and Satan. There's no way, if you look at, the power, of that creature. So anyway, I just wanted to watch out for those kind of people. Now, a lot of them, when they interpret Revelation, for example, they'll use a spiritual, they'll use a metaphorical, an allegorical interpretation. They'll interpret themselves. You're relying upon yourself to interpret the verses rather than relying on God. When you read the KJV Bible literally, word by word, then you get the true meaning of the verses and you get the right dispensational mindset. 2 Timothy 2:15 tells us to rightly divide the verses, the Word of God, to have understanding, to have truth, and to be found worthy in that regard. And God will give you the truth if you literally read it. So those are just some things to watch out for. The Catholics, for example, in terms of the book of Revelation, will always want you to spiritualize it, metaphorical meanings, because the book of Revelation speaks badly about the Catholic Church in Revelation 17 and 18, for example, and the Antichrist and Satan and the whore, and the Catholic Church is certainly referenced in there. And the Catholics, at least the leaders of the Catholic Church, don't want you to look at that book. They either want an amillennial or a post-millennial mindset, so you don't put it in future time frame. They want to be kingdom builders. They want to have huge churches and huge cathedrals and money. And so they want that or post-millennial viewpoint so they can do their thing and not have the truth come out. So anyway, just be wary of these groups. There are a lot of Calvinists will fall into this group, a lot of churches really in general. So if you start hearing a church talk about, hey, we're building the kingdom, or we're going to go through the tribulation as the church, you're in the wrong camp. God bless you, and have a great day.